Hello, 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 welcome in this Sunday's live in free movement expression practice. In free movement expression, we move with joy. And I'm going to explain what is free movement expression. This is an approach of moving that emerged from 25 years of my experience as a professional dancer. I moved since I was born, obviously, but I am dancing since I was 5 years old. This is when I started my dance journey. And I started with folk dance, and then I switched to ballet, and then I did some other type of dancing. Then I came back to ballet, and then I danced contemporary, and I ended up studying it at the university and the dance theater department, where I studied again mostly contemporary dance, but I had ballet and folk dance. So this is my lifetime experience. Then after I obtained my master's degree in dance department in theater school, I didn't want to dance professionally on stage. There was absolutely a no for me at that time, because I didn't see myself in the artistic world as it was at that time. Also, I got injured, and there was many things to it. I will get into details maybe at some other occasion. But anyway, I felt like I don't want to dance anymore. But what I truly meant is actually that I didn't want to dance professionally as a performing artist. But what I was doing, I started to go to clubs, and I moved to Berlin at that time, and I started to go to clubs very often because I wanted to dance, and I was going there to dance. So I realized at some point that I'm like, actually, I never stopped dancing. I was dancing the whole time. And what was beautiful in Berlin is that when you enter this club, it's as if you were entering a time machine. The time stops. It's dark. You don't know what time is it outside, and usually I was entering at night, and I was dancing for 10, 12 hours, and I was going out, and it was morning, and I was dancing completely sober for 12 hours. That was such a magical power. There was something healing for me that I truly needed at that time. And this is how I discovered dance as a medicine. And this is why I was going to these clubs. I wanted to heal myself through dance, entering this trance for 10, for 8, for 6, for 12 hours, and just dancing and moving my body. And especially if you go to a techno club, it's this, you have this repetitive beat, so you go for hours, you go in the same beat. And this is where you can break something, because at some point you might feel tired, and then you go through it and you never stop. That was always my rule. Don't sit, because once I would sit, then it's very difficult to get up again. So this is, based on this story, you can see how it transitioned into free movement expression. Because then, from dancing in the clubs, and also when I moved to Berlin, I didn't have much money, so I couldn't afford dance classes anyway. In the beginning, I didn't want, and I started to move into parks, because I had to work I was working some part-time jobs, and I was tired, and I was not satisfied with what I chose to do at that point, right? Like what I had to do, kind of. And Berlin has beautiful, big parks. So I started to go to these parks, and I started to move in the parks without any music. just to the music of my surroundings, just in touch with the ground, just by observing the trees around me. And I just started to dance pretty much anywhere. And this is how it continued. Then for some time I even came back to taking ballet classes again and some other improvisation classes. So dance was always in my life, always. I always say that you are a dancer forever. It's never changed. You cannot change it. You are a dancer forever. In your heart, once you are a dancer forever, because I spent 25 years of a professional training, and this is deeply scored in my body till today. And it formed me, it helped me to go through life, it helped me to navigate within my body. And of course it was a long journey, and now I come to you with what it has the best to offer. And this is how free movement expression emerged, where we move with joy, where we are moved by intention. And this is the most important thing. Here we are moved by intention and by the quality of movement. Intention resides in shape. This is how it works. I don't think about shape. It doesn't matter how it looks like. I don't go for some shapes. No, I think of what is moving me, how I want to move my energy, and only shape comes later. And why is like this? To experience amazing benefits, which is organic muscle activation. You get to activate your muscles organically when you move like this. So it's not about repetitive movement and only exercising separately certain parts of your body, of your muscles. No, you move your whole body, and therefore your muscles are activating in a way that you can't do when you can't stimulate them that specific way when you only move them separately. So this is amazing benefit number one. You get to stimulate your body in multi-dimensional way. So again, it's connected. I get to move my body in space. I don't only stay in one space and do my squats. I get to move in space and adjust my body and discover new pathways of movement. Therefore, there are new neural connections created in the brain. So this is holistic stimulation. Then there is only movement with joy. This is how we want to move. This is very important. Again, intention. So we move with joy. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm happy you're here. Let me continue just about a few more benefits, and then we're gonna get right into the movement. Spatial and body intelligence. Spatial and body awareness. We get to be more aware. This is what we need on our holistic life journey. This is what we need on our holistic health journey. And these are just the most important ones. There are plenty. I can't describe all of them. You have to experience them. So without further ado, let's jump into the movement. And today's practice, we're gonna focus on transitions. What makes a mastery of something? What is mastery of life? What is mastery of speech? What is mastery of movement? These are transitions. So we need to focus on how I go from A to B. It's not about being in A and B. How I go into A to B, and then how I go into C, and then from there how I go into D, and how I go into E, and so on. You see? So that's why in this practice I always tell you to move continuously. That's rule number 1, move continuously. Second, you can always close your eyes to go more within. And third, remember to breathe. Breath is your home. Breath is soul of your body. Body is your home, and breath is the soul of this home. And you always breathe, and this is what allows you to expand. So remember, move continuously. Always you can close your eyes when you need, and breathe to experience all these benefits. And let's jump into it. And we're gonna experience the magic of transitions and how we can play with it. So stay comfortable. You can have your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And let's start from shifting from one leg to another. Shift your weight. Focus on your feet. Focus how you shift. You see, this is A, this is B. So I can shift in many different ways. So I encourage you to already be exploring how I'm shifting. We're starting from small things. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So we are just shifting the weight. And the question is already, the observation is how I am doing this. And let's go more into the space. How I'm shifting my body weight, and this is how it's pushing me farther into the space. You see, I don't focus on the shape. My upper body is following my lower body. So I focus on transitioning the weight in space, and my whole body is following and adjusting naturally. And I'm already activating my center, and my upper body is getting activated, right? Play with this. We can go in different directions. And I can go front and back. I can jump a little bit, right? I don't have to slide. I can go up the floor. And I can start this dance of shifting my weight. We are moving our energy in space, right? We are managing our energy in space. And this results into movement. This results into this dance. And breathe. Okay, we experienced the lower body activation. Now let's focus on our center. So now I go into my pelvis and I switch my weight from the pelvis. So how is it resulting? How is it resonating in the rest of my body when I only focus on my pelvis? body is adjusting naturally. I can allow my arms to move, to swing. Here I'm switching, I'm shifting more dynamically. And with this I can go into this space again and have fun, have joy, right? And see how I'm shifting my weight using my feet or initiating the movement from my pelvis. I have pure fun. I don't think how it looks like, and right now we are really experimenting with different things. So I go from smooth transition into more sharp transition. And let's focus on our chest. So, how my chest is moving. And I allow my body to follow my chest, and how the whole body is transitioning from one direction to another, from one lever to another. My shoulders. Be a researcher of your own body. Doesn't matter how it looks like. It has to be interesting for you. I am already engaging my whole body gradually, so I can switch from my feet to my pelvis, to my chest, to my shoulders, and I can engage my hips, my knees. How to transition from one to another. How to go from my chest to my pelvis to my knee. How to go from my hand to my elbow and through the shoulders to my other arm, and just goes to my hips and finishes only in my feet. So I think of these chains of movement. So how I transition, starting from my nose, going through my neck, to my chest, to my belly button, to my hip, and to my knees, and even I can go into the floor and get up. Name it. So when you go, I go from my shoulder, I go to left shoulder, I go to my chest, I go to my belly button, and I go to my hip, and I go to the tip of my toe, and I go to the front, and I take it, and I go to my hand again, and I transition, and I go to my head, and I go to my left shoulder, and I go to my left elbow, and I go to my left hand, and I go back, and I go to my right shoulder, and I go to my right hip, and my right knee, and I go to my right foot, and I swipe it back to the side, and I transition with this half circle. Okay, let's relax a little bit. Oh, so let's shake it off. Oh. Shake it off as you wish. From your face. Shake off all your stress that you don't need. Jump off all that doesn't serve you anymore. Shake off your shoulders. Shake off your leg and another leg. And from there, let's go through 3 more chains of movement like we were doing before shaking. Let's start from the leg now. So I go right foot, I do half circle, and I follow this and I switch to my left foot and I pick it up, I lift it up, and I go to my knee, and I go to the diagonal, and I go to my knee, I go to my hip, I go to my chest, and I finish with my head. And let's relax and start one more. So I go from my elbow to my shoulder, to my chest, my pelvis, 2 knees, my feet, and I switch to my head, and I finish with my hands up there again. And let's relax. This is just for fun. Don't judge anything. Just do whatever your body is asking you to do. This is the time to go from mind to the body. Okay, we do one more. And I'm gonna start from my center, from my belly button. So I start here, and I go to my left hip, and I go to my right ribs. I go to my elbow, to my hand, and I swing it to my foot. And I swing, and I switch, and I go to the left foot, and it's taking me back, and I finish in parallel position, just as if nothing happened. Oh, that's so much fun. And let's just move as you wish now. Just listen to the music and let's pick up the rhythm. Let's pick up this groove We need to ground ourselves in the movement, and let's move from our gut. So let's explore a relatively small movement, but with so much flash. The intention, right? Like, the intention here is to experience the intensity in a small movement. I feel it in my center. Feel your center burning, starting from here, and it's allowing your whole body to move. So it's starting from your center, and your whole body is following, your whole body is adjusting. Breathe. If you're tired, you can always minimize the movement completely. Just don't stop. Allow the body to experience a constant movement, a continuous movement for these 20 minutes that we are doing this practice. You can close your eyes, go more inwards. Play with the accents, listen to the music and activate your center, which is your belly button, under your belly button. And feel how is it resonating in your whole body. And let's allow it to flow. Let's follow the music. So let's expand in this movement. We are still in our center, but now imagine you are like a wave in the ocean. You are gentle yet intense, and you go forward no matter what. You move forward. Use the breath for more expansion within your body, between your cells, between all your muscles and bones, to really experience the fluidity of the movement. Use negative space, which is space behind you. Remember, you're 360, so move from your back as well. Use the space behind you. And focus on how you transition. Observe your movement, literally look where you go and see, feel how is it changing your focus when you follow parts of your body with your sight. last minute of biggest intensity of exploring transitions in space. With breath, with expanding breath. How one part of the body is working for the other parts to move and to experience space. Movement is about experiencing space. Allow yourself to move like you've never moved before in your whole life. Play with the balance if you wish. This is how you get to experience this organic muscle activation. Remember to breathe. And let's start. Fade out the movement. And feel the resonance of what just happened. Oh, how expanded you feel. I feel so expanded. Wow. I moved my body in such a nourishing way. I feel extremely recharged. Ooh. Come to the stop slowly. Never cut the movement. Allow the body this time to transition. It's all about transitions, how you transition. This is the mastery of the movement. This is the mastery of life. And through movement, through the practice, this is how we can practice it. Because how I do one thing is how I do everything. So, let's allow our body to experience this resonance. Stay with your eyes closed for another minute. Breathe. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. With the sounds. One more time. Inhale through the nose. And exhale with relief of sound. Last time. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. Put your hands on your heart. Feel how activated it is. We are moving from the space of heart, from the space of our intuition. The heart got activated on multidimensional level. It's not only cardio activation, it's activated through joy and through the deeper connection that this practice is paving for us, is preparing for us. This practice is how I can tap into my truest, deepest potential. This is how I can unlearn unnecessary things. This This is where I get to express myself fully and truthfully, without any judgment, without criticism, without programming where I have to do something, where I have to move certain way. No, you move the way you were created to. And this is what we can practice here. Connect with the frequency of gratitude. You can open your eyes. I thank you so much for joining here for this practice. It was such a great pleasure and such a great joy to guide this beautiful practice for you today. Remember, free movement expression is about moving with joy. Let me know how are you feeling, comment. You can always ask questions in the comments, you can write me a DM. I am really happy to organize workshops for you from free movement expression, as well as other modalities, other separate topics from the whole method from the whole miraculous method of health freedom. Remember, stay healthy free, and I see you in the next life. Happy Sunday.